like the fact that, you know, you can take a picture of it and you can take video of it, and so you can experience it at another time. But if you're not there when it's happening and when it's being built and right after it's built, you don't get to experience it. It goes away. It's temporary, and so it's about the experience and less about, you know, having a thing or something like that. I'm Kevin Blake. I am a mechanical engineer at Trek Bicycles, and I like to build sandcastles sometimes. Sand sculpture is you take sand and create shapes and forms on the beach with it. Some people like to build organic shapes. Usually I do buildings, castles, you know, things like that. I think it suits my engineering sensibilities a little better. My grandfather built sandcastles. My father built sandcastles, and you know, I picked it up from them, and I decided about 20 years ago to really take it to the next level. I'm a mechanical engineer at Trek, so I've worked on a lot of things. I started in the proto lab, validation lab, where we put together bikes for the first time before they went down the assembly line. In Waterloo, I've worked on seat posts, stems, handlebars, cranks, bottom brackets, systems, computers, the Flare RT. So I've worked on a lot of stuff at Trek. Something I've taken away from sandcastle building into maybe engineering real life is that sometimes you're at the mercy of what you're working with. Like sand and water is very particular. You can only build it so high, you can only carve it, you know, so deep. You learn quickly to work inside the constraints of the material you're working with. And understanding the limitations actually, I think, makes the challenge a little more exciting, because if you constrain yourself quite a bit and you still do something cool, then, you know, you've really overcome something impressive. And, you know, do your best with what you have in front of you. I have brought a lot of stuff from engineering to castle building. I made my own tools. I've done research on, you know, like what tools are the best for carving and things like that. I approached it from an engineering problem. I've experimented a little bit with different tools, different carving tools, and so I really approach it like, what are the tools and the techniques to do this? The number one question I get when I'm carving is, are you an artist? This number two question is, are you an architect or an engineer? So over the years, sand sculpting has it's turned from how do I make really cool stuff to how do I make cool stuff that people enjoy, and the whole community aspect of it is I think what I appreciate more now than when I first started. It's one of the few things that I do that really gets me into that state of flow, that you sort of time goes really quick. You don't really notice the passage of time, and you really focus on what you're doing. The reason I keep doing this, honestly, is I like sharing it with people. I like that people appreciate it. I like trying to take it, you know, the next level. I try and do more every time I come out and build a sandcastle. I don't know, I can improve my skills a lot, and I'd really like to do that. So that's kind of what keeps me going.